Meghan is losing her sanity. Harry's absence during the coronation in Montecito leads to the delivery of unfortunate news. Hello, with all the regal splendor, we warmly welcome you to the Princess Diana News channel. Now, let's get to the video. According to a reliable source from the royal circle, it has been confirmed that Harry is indeed apprehensive about his seating arrangement at the upcoming coronation of King Charles. Undoubtedly, it is essential for Harry to ensure Meghan's happiness, regardless of the motive. Meghan is insisting that Harry stand alongside the King and Prince William in the most proximate manner achievable. Naturally, the issue arises because the King will be occupied with his own coronation, making it unlikely for Harry to sit alongside his father. William has had enough of Harry and therefore has decided to no longer have any contact with him. He will refrain from approaching him. He has no intention of communicating with him. It is believed that Prince William will be the sole representative paying homage to the King on that particular day, unless there is a possibility of Prince Edward's inclusion, but it seems unlikely. Harry made the decision to not be a working member of the royal family. Therefore, Harry has the freedom to relish his passive role as a spectator while consciously opting out of any involvement. We must not overlook the fact that Harry and Meghan made this decision themselves. They lacked the foresight to anticipate the long-term consequences of their choice due to their limited intelligence. Despite being part of his own family, Harry has made the deliberate decision to alienate himself by consistently criticizing and disparaging them. However, they effectively communicated to Meghan that it would be preferable for her not to be present at the coronation. I am uncertain if she was even extended an invitation. I doubt she received an invitation, as I believe that had she been invited, she would arrive with a new spray tan, wearing excessive bronzer, and an expensive dress that doesn't fit properly. Harry will be the representative of their small family. Despite my disbelief about them having children, he will still represent both of them. However, it has been reported that Harry will not stay in the UK for a long duration. Reportedly, he will only be present for the ceremony before immediately returning to California. There is meant to be a meal immediately following the coronation. I am unsure if Harry received an invitation. He might have been, or perhaps he wasn't. He cannot be relied upon by any global leaders to keep their private conversations confidential. Moreover, his family wishes to prevent him from spoiling the beautiful day with any negative influences. At this stage, Harry is detrimental to their well-being. This raises an intriguing inquiry regarding the potential placement of Harry. Where will he choose to sit? It is evident that he will not be occupying a seat in the front row. He will definitely not be anywhere near the stature of William or Catherine, and it seems unlikely that Princess Anne would willingly sit next to him either. With the exception of Eugenie and Princess Beatrice, who are his close friends and cousins, I doubt anyone else would be willing to sit beside him among the royals. Harry had assumed that he would be seated directly behind his older brother, but it turns out that the rumor going around is that Harry will actually be placed in the 10th row. I'm uncertain if this is meant to be a joke. Is it possible that this is true? I'm not certain, everyone. I am somewhat inclined to believe that this rumor could hold some truth. Well, it's pretty clear that Harry won't be sitting with the other members of the royal family. Could it be possible that he is sitting beside a relative that he hasn't seen in a long time? Perhaps. I suspect that the King and Queen are not keen on including him in any of the coronation photographs. Therefore, you are aware that they will conceal him somewhere away from public view. They likely assume that it is convenient to place him in a distant location, sparing them the need to conceal his frown behind a large candle. During the funeral for the Queen, Meghan's face was cleverly concealed. If Harry is indeed situated in the 10th row, it is crucial for him to acknowledge that he is responsible for his position. I sincerely wish he finds happiness within himself. To be honest, I am not wishing for his self-satisfaction. I hope that he experiences some level of discomfort during the coronation. From my perspective, it seems unlikely that Harry will experience happiness for an extended period of time. The initial action required is for him to distance himself from the unpleasant individual he currently resides with. However, Harry is solely responsible for the situation he currently faces. I believe that both Meghan and the firm are operating in completely different realms. What Harry and Meghan do for the coronation is irrelevant after 3 years. This event holds great importance. In the span of over a century, there have been merely 2 instances of coronations taking place. To recall the previous occurrence, one must possess a minimum age of 80 years. Essentially, it is a significant ritual that encompasses the religious, spiritual, and governmental aspects, symbolizing the union and commitment between the monarch and the territories. Despite Harry being the king's son, he has effectively withdrawn himself from his royal duties, and consequently, his involvement in the coronation is minimal. He is similar to the other inactive members of the royal family. Additionally, numerous other members of the royal family do not have official duties or responsibilities. As an illustration, consider the Queen Mother's offspring. That's quite a large family, as she was among 10 siblings. However, these individuals do not receive much attention as they simply go about their daily routines. Harry never took into account the sacrifices he was making by abandoning his family. Throughout his life, his family was always quick to cover up and subsequently forgive all of his mistakes. Harry was never given any significant responsibilities, and his mother often referred to him as Dim. Instead, he managed to bumble through without much effort. It has been suggested that he may be afflicted with dyslexia. Despite the fact that many individuals facing the same issue lead fulfilling lives, Harry opted for a different course of action. Consider how drastically the circumstances would have changed had Harry never crossed paths with Meghan and eventually tied the knot. The outcome would certainly be quite distinct. However, I doubt that Harry would have truly found happiness in that situation. Due to his substance abuse problems, an intelligent woman would unlikely desire a long-term companionship with him. Harry simply couldn't handle anything that didn't meet his preferences. I am uncertain if he will ever discover true happiness. However, the actions directed at the royal family are unwarranted and unjustified. He has subjected them to an abundance of animosity. Hindsight suggests that it might have been wiser for the royal family to directly inform Harry that marrying Meghan was not permitted. However, quitting the family was not an option they were willing to consider. They believed Meghan would eventually adjust. However, prior to the wedding, she persistently displayed her imperfections. She displayed a lack of respect, showing no inclination to conform to the customs of royalty. Repeatedly, Meghan consistently disregarded anything that did not meet her personal approval. Thus, it transpired that she proved to be highly ineffective. I have a vivid recollection of the expression on Her late Majesty's face during their wedding day. In other words, Meghan's outfit did not meet her expectations. Subsequently, the situation took a turn for the worse. According to reports, Harry is allegedly insisting on attending the coronation in his ceremonial military uniform, adorned with all the medals. Charles's response is allegedly pending. However, it would go against royal protocol. Harry desires to display his uniform and get photographed so that he can provide Archofficial with a photo, aiming to create the illusion that he holds a significant position in the military. However, I highly doubt that he will share with Archofficial the exact number of individuals he has killed, including the Taliban members. It seems as though he views these actions similar to playing a video game. Nevertheless, he takes pleasure in portraying himself as something he will never achieve. In this scenario, a crucial component of the armed forces holds great significance. It is my assumption that Harry will persist in consuming cannabis and portraying himself as an esteemed war hero, despite lacking any actual accomplishments in that regard. Despite being warned by courtiers, Charles insisted on having Harry and William stand beside him in a photograph. If this is a brief visit without a fixed schedule, I'm unsure when we could accommodate Netflix's requirements. In my personal opinion, Harry should not have the privilege to occupy any seat. It is imperative that he is denied access to the premises. From my perspective, Harry can be considered as a betrayer. In previous times, it was common for individuals like him and Meghan to be imprisoned in the Tower. The existence of the Sussexes would cease to exist. The recent news exposing his family can unequivocally be considered an act of treason. Perhaps it would be beneficial for me to consult the dictionary once more. That's it for the video. Please share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and share with those interested. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to stay updated with our latest content. Thanks for joining us, have a great day, and stay tuned for upcoming videos.